The next stop on our journey was Los Angeles, where we stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn. This hotel had free parking, no resort fee and free breakfast. So despite the fact it was an Uber drive away from all the attractions, it still worked out as a better option for us. We ordered extra large Ubers, which was big enough to fit 6 people and the wheelchair in the boot to take us everywhere we wanted to go. After arriving at the hotel late afternoon, we relaxed for an hour before making our way down to Hollywood Boulevard. For those that haven't been to Los Angeles before, Hollywood Boulevard can be surprisingly rough around the edges and not paved with gold like we're led to believe. There's also a lack of options when you're looking for restaurants if it's a weekday in the evening. We opted for the Hard Rock on Hollywood Boulevard, which is always wheelchair accessible and the food is always good, so it suited us. The next morning we were off to Universal Studios Hollywood. At Universal Studios you have the option to hire a manual wheelchair for around $25 or a scooter for around $75, which I think is a bit pricey. One of our first stops was the backlot tour, where wheelchair users have the option to stay in their wheelchair throughout the ride if they choose to. The backlot tour lasts around an hour. The Waterworld show is worth a watch with excellent special effects. There's also a special area where wheelchair users can park and not get wet. We spent the day exploring the park. Most areas were wheelchair accessible, but the crowds could prove difficult. Neil is able to get out of his wheelchair, so found it okay to ride the Harry Potter ride. However, some of the other rides would have proven difficult to get in and out of. After leaving Hollywood Studios, we explored City Walk and the many restaurant options available. We opted for drinks at Margaritaville before moving over to Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium, where we had our evening meal. Both of these venues were wheelchair accessible. In my opinion, the milkshakes looked a lot nicer than they tasted. The next morning we left our hotel after breakfast and decided to explore some of Los Angeles before moving on to our next destination. If you're not looking to hike up the mountain to get close views of the famous sign, the Griffith Observatory is an excellent option, not only for views of the Hollywood sign but also Los Angeles itself. Next stop was Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive, just to have a look at the shops we can't afford to shop in. Our final stop in Los Angeles was Santa Monica Pier. We didn't go into the fair, so we're not sure of the prices or accessibility, but the rest of the pier was fully accessible and Neil was able to go right down to the end. There's also beautiful views of the beaches in that area. That's our Los Angeles trip complete. We move on to our next destination, which is San Diego. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments below. We'd also appreciate it if you could like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.